we are live. Oh, I didn't close my closet. You guys can see my messy shit now. Fuck. Well, I can't do it now. It'll ruin the mystique. But you can see my Max Payne shirt back there. Very Hawaiian. I've been in a button-up Hawaiian style shirt mood lately. All right. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Jared, you know, I gotta ask, will you be playing MGS Delta Snake Eater? I've heard that so long as you can get past the frame dips, it's very faithful, lovingly made remake of the first. It looks great, and I want to play it, and I'm probably going to play it on PC, because fuck frame dips. Although it is an Unreal Engine 5 game, so that may be unavoidable. Hold on, I'm getting a staticky sound. Okay, there we go. I need to get properly shielded XLR cables because every single time that my mic cable gets anywhere near an electrical cable, it just fucks up. Dylan Nelson, what's up, dog? Shared energy, active radiance. Jared is old. David, aren't we like the same age roundabout? It looks like the footsie. Oh, it does kind of look like a... Well, you know what? That's what it's going to be. Hold on, Carmela's there in the shot. Let's scoot back. Wait, there we go. Hey, sweet girl. Say hi to the internet. Douglas Monroe. What's up, dude? Why not play it tonight? Help play MC... the MC of MGS. Is it out tonight? Might not be the worst thing to do in the world. Although it would be very boring for you guys to watch me troubleshoot graphics benchmarks to make sure that I can run it at a stable frame rate. But hey, yeah, XLR cables suck, dude. They're terrible. And they're expensive and they're awful and I hate them. The one that I have here, it's, you know, I mean, to be fair, it's like a cheapo kind of Amazon brand XLR cable, but I also have a, you know, a power cable from this outlet running around here. And it just, anytime it gets anywhere near that thing, sometimes it doesn't have to be near it. It just has to be in a certain position and I'll get a weird sort of staticky sound, but that doesn't matter. Because we're live, we need to play a video game at some point. I only played F.E.A.R 3 and it blew. I've still never played that game. I started like a retrospective for F.E.A.R and never finished it because I kind of got bored, to be fair. To be fair. Okay, so let's do this and then we will change over to, I believe that should do it. There we are. We're in. Hey, baby. What's up? Josene's not awake yet, so Carmela is gracing us with her presence. Speaking of cables, what cable does Carmela love to chew most? You know, honestly, she's fairly well behaved in terms of chewing cables. She's being such a sweet girl right now. Oh, that's too loud. Sorry about that. Here we go. That's better. We're going to have to get into some gameplay. I can't... Hold on. Oh, I can't do it right now. Carmela is being... Hold on. Real quick, let's do this. Carmela, please allow me to do this. Here we go. I don't know why. I need to start this up once per restart in order to be able to use this feature. All right, Carmela, you're going to be on camera. Right now, it's okay. There we go. We're getting there. I need to change these macros so that it's like multiple presses per press. There you go. Look at that. So this is why it's so hard for me to do anything, is because anytime my hands aren't on her, she immediately needs to be in a position where they are. Yeah, it definitely was a weird Sierra logo intro thing. Uh-oh. Unable to restore video mode. Okay. We're restarting. No, I'm young and stunning. I have heard that about you, David. What the hell are your cables from 1987? No, they're from China, I believe. I would imagine. Hey, Leon, how you doing? Yes, we are playing a little bit of F.E.A.R. We got the Carmela cam going. She's feeling an extra cute and affectionate today. Trepang 2, I have played it. I've talked to the developers. Very nice. Developer. I've talked to one developer. Hey, Avalanche, how long does it take you to write a script for a review? I've just recently been getting into writing scripts for videos, and it took me like 2 weeks to finish a 20-minute review. Phase on 343, it can take a very long time. Especially if you have yet to solidify a sort of a format, I guess you could say. It can... She's being so cute, rubbing on my mouse, but you're making me click stuff. Yeah, it can take a very long time. I'm in the middle of writing a script right now, and I'm about to have to rewrite about 2 pages of it, and it's going to be a nightmare. I am terrified of having to do that. China, AK 1987 in terms of... I can't talk shit. I'm in Japan, and we still use fax machines here. So... Okay, which one is... All right, we definitely want LZ is hot. Oh, she's purring so good. I can't... Carmela, can I move you just a bit? Here, you guys tell me if the audio is good. Yeah, I don't know why you get the #1 crown, David, but I'm positive I can take it away from you somehow. I'm gonna do it. Jared, I can't watch the stream right now, but I want to so bad. Gonna watch the upload later. All right, no problem. I will make sure that it is an entertaining VOD. Lemon Punch, how you doing, man? All right, Carmela, can I move you? Oh, there we go, just like that. No, please don't. Okay, he's gonna attack me now. Carmela, the LZ's hot, Carmela. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have completely forgotten the controls for this game. I've been playing nothing but Max Payne. Okay, maybe we might need to restart this. Oh, yeah, I know. I love you too, but you have to allow me to stream, little girl. I work as exactly one fax machine because other provinces refuse to accept tuition forms in any other way. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so with Japan, a lot of the application process can be done over fax, and it's kind of crazy to think about. Carmela, please. Okay. Carmela likes to sit on my fucking audio interface. And I can't get my... You know what? Watch this. Watch when I fucking alt tab. Carmela, you have fucked this stream so hard. Watch, I'm not going to be able to... Okay, now it's going to let me. React harder. I'm trying. We just had the funniest shit happen. This is going to be the best VOD ever. Here we go. Now, if I can please get back to my fucking job. You gonna sleep, David? That's kind of bitch made, but whatever. Hey, Glitch Axis, how you doing, man? You know, I'm assuming... Here we go. Have you guys watched Glitch Axis's channel? That's tough to say. Really good stuff. I think I've said it before. It's essentially like really high quality AMVs, but for Final Fantasy. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. Carmela will not be sitting on my fucking audio interface this time. Maciek Erdis, what's up, dog? Watching your stream from a plane. Oh, really? We were grounded because of an engine error in Toronto, and our crew layover is extended. Oh shit! All right. So we gotta fill some time here. That beat was going hard. God, she did. Honestly, she couldn't have picked better buttons to lay on. So her thing is when she's laying down, she wants to lean up against something. She can't not lean up against something, and my audio interface happens to be right here. So does the PC version have controller support? I don't believe it does. I won't judge you. I mean, I don't like controllers, but that doesn't mean you can't. But yeah, it does not have controller support, but through Steam you can kind of spoof it to a degree. Okay, I'm starting to remember my controls a bit. Steam input allows most controllers to be used in not like a good chunk of video games, so I would say you're going to be fine. Yeah, I'm hearing another voice, but I don't know words. Ah ha ha! Cover's not going to help you, fool. Oh my god, the jump up. Oh, it's so fucking good. God damn, this game. Every time I play it, I remember how good it is. I know you're still around. I can hear you. Yeah? How about now, fool? Jared, read my last message. I started playing the Master Collection of MGS, and within a week, there's only 2 trophies I have left. Big Boss Ranking Trophy and complete all 300 VR missions. Holy shit. Hopefully you don't ever get that trophy, because that sounds like that would eat up a whole chunk of your life. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in playing Delta. Me and my wife were literally just talking about it last night. MGS is kind of a series that we have a bit of nostalgia for because me and her played through all of the games together. Hold on, for some reason, I'm recording as well, and I don't want to be. There we go. Okay. Nice. All right, we're still good? Okay, we're still good. Anyways, yeah, so me and Josine played through all of the Metal Gear Solid games together. So anytime there's a new one, we play it together. Do we have quick saves in here? We do. Nice. I'm gonna have to start paying you? Nah. I can barely get YouTube to pay me, so I'm not gonna ask an individual to. All that did was stumble this fool? Okay, come on. I don't know why, I've been feeling less slow-mo and more real-time with this playthrough. Maybe I should finally pick up the assault rifle. Don't flank me. Okay, to be fair, that's what I needed to be punished. But we definitely are gonna go assault rifle now. I'm so used to playing Max Payne at the moment. Oh, Carmela's getting ready to jump. Oh, good jump. Yo, 2 with the stealth kill. Come on, that's sick. Am I looking forward to... Are they making a Rising 2? I didn't know that. That's pretty dope. You know, to be completely honest, I still have not played Metal Gear Rising. It looks super good. I've yet to touch it. sick. Just fucking domed him. You gotta love it. Is this a John Woo movie? It may as well be. Give it to me. Oh, where did it go? I wanted a beautiful explosion. I got nothing. Okay, we got that. Oh, wrong button. Iffy, what's going on? How you doing, man? Snake's Revenge on SNES. That was actually my very first Metal Gear Solid. Well, Metal Gear game. I'm reloading, by the way. Yeah, that was my very first Metal Gear game. And I mean, I didn't know what Metal Gear was at the time. It was just like a fun NES game to me. And I was just like, yeah, all right. Fuck it. I hit the stop slow-mo button instead of the melee button, by the way. Rising does look dope. I mean, it looks sick as fuck. I got no... Let's see here if we can. That's one thing you gotta love when a game has like grenades that explode on impact, as opposed to always waiting on a timer. What happened out there? What is my... It's not tab. I have a heal button, and I don't remember it. We do have crouch there. I've forgotten what we have mapped heal to. Z? There we go, Z. Why did it freeze like that? Where'd he go? Aha. I found you. Dickhead. I need that. Wait, why have I not been using the shotgun? That's a better question. Also, I have to pee. We just started, and the piss is flowing. I do not remember that moment happening. Hey, Cockrock, what's up? Slightly related, because you're on PC. Are you going to upgrade, downgrade to Windows 11? You know, I keep getting messages about Windows 10 reaching end of life, and I'm like, fuck, I just don't give a shit. Oh, fuck. All right. We're not going to... You know what? Fuck it. No more restarts. Yeah, I don't really have, like, a desire to switch to 11. I don't know. It doesn't look... I haven't heard any feature sets that I'm like, oh, I can't live without that. And Windows 10 performs as fine as can be expected from a Windows OS. Like, I don't know. I don't give a shit. Once it reaches end of life, maybe I'll just unplug this computer from the internet forever, and that'll be it. You run out. Oh, fuck. It did nothing. Also, it didn't look that good. I'm so used to Max Payne, I want to slide so bad. I mean, what is it, shot dodge? What's the actual name for it? Just raw dog win 10. Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, why not? You guys have no idea how long I stuck with, like I was on, let me see, Windows Vista for an unreasonable amount of time. Like if I'm cool with an OS, I'm fine. I don't give a shit. I don't need to upgrade. Like it's one thing if it's an actual like software suite. That was sick, by the way. I do not like that run. I want to do cooler shit than that. Yeah, but I don't know. I can't be fucked. I just don't care. I really like how smart these enemies are, though, because they're not coming out. Like, they didn't, for example, like I said, I've been playing a lot of Max Payne, and in Max Payne, enemies would have just ran into that doorway. That dude slipped when he saw it. That was fucking dope. That was so sick. Had to use 11 at work. It's atrocious. 10 was bad enough compared to 7, but 11 is somehow even worse. Yeah. I'm not liking it. And, you know, I don't know. I'm such a creature of habit. It's insane. I'm using Linux now. Do you think you're better than me, Krauser? How dare you? Windows 7 was a nice little time in history, a moment in time when we could be happy. Let's do this. Best Windows startup chime. And I think the answer is obvious. Windows 98. No question, actually. There will be no more answers. Don't listen to him. Don't get down. Yo, straight in half. Suck it. That was the coolest thing ever. I did not mean to put myself out there that much. I'll DM you some software to make Windows 11 decent. Oh, fuck yeah. Do it up. Hell yeah. You know, I don't run into issues with any BSODs or like any problems with Windows 10. I don't know. I don't see unless there's some kind of security flaw I'm not aware of, or you know what I mean? Like some sort of genuine, tangible reason. You know, there's one thing I don't like about the shotgun in this game is it like cooks your inputs. So if you fire it, if you like click twice within a certain interval, it'll fire twice regardless, which is not fun. I don't like the Windows 11 taskbar, but I know I can fix that. I mean, I didn't like Windows 10 taskbar either, and I fixed that. '98 was great, dude. My brain says XP. Listen, XP was a better operating system than 98 for sure, but 98 had the best startup chime. Cannot be argued. As a matter of fact, mods, I want you to ban anybody who... Could you imagine having mods? One year of using 11 at work, and my work PC has crashed more times than my 5-6-year-old PC at home that uses 10. Yeah, for sure. 99% of the time you won't have issues, but considering getting attacked nowadays is much more of an issue. Yeah, exactly, in my line of work. Man, I fear that so hard. I put two-factor authentication on my two-factor authentication. I'm fucking terrified of that shit. Yo, that's got to be a record. I think that's the highest bounce in F.E.A.R history. That was so fucking dope. Mods arrest us, man. Give me the security from 11 and the UI from XP. Oh, that's fair. I'll take that. XP is a very nostalgic UI for sure. 98's like GUI was very unattractive. See, that was another double fire right there. We are abusing this physics engine right now. I feel like we've done something wrong. But yeah, Windows XP had a much more... I mean, it was very of its time. It was very 2000s looking, but in a good way. It's definitely possible to be 2000s looking in a bad way. The looks of 98. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I like me. You know, that's the difference. Okay, so 98, straight lines, right angles. Windows XP, roundness. And that's, you could say that for every 2000s application, program. Everything in the 2000s was rounded. Looked like it was made out of clay. Bright, vibrant colors. Oh shit. What's my flashlight? How do I do it? Okay, H gets rid of your... Okay, that does that. L, right? No? M does that. Okay, B just throws your weapons. We don't want that. I know that I have a flashlight button, and I refuse to be deprived of it. We're going to find it, don't worry. T? We can say stuff. We don't need that. Y-U-I-O-P. Got a fat finger everything. K. The fuck is the goddamn... I swear to Christ. I hate the 2000s era of like... We sort of have an idea of a foundational... benchmark sort of blueprint level of controls, but we're going to go away from that as much as humanly possible. Fuck is wrong with you? Assholes. What is my flashlight? X. Are you fucking... I swear to Christ I hit X. Started on 95 with AOL. Oh yeah, we were all there. That was the time. Aqua visual style. That's a good fucking way to describe it. Very early 2000s fucking dance music look to everything. This is such a cool area right here. I love a place that just looks like a real sort of quasi contemporary location. Submachine gun over assault rifle every day of the week. All weeks. Hey, what do we got? Douglas Monroe with 20 bucks. You're a sweetheart, man. Thank you. My buddy Chloe and I were talking about how the fallout between Kojima and Konami affected MGS5's development. He mentioned that there was probably supposed to be an MGS6 with or without Kojima's involvement. I don't know, just speculation. You know, I think that was a... Man, I'm going to come off sound like an asshole here. The situation with Metal Gear Solid 5 was obviously really shitty, right? But kind of, I almost get the feeling that Kojima wanted so badly to leave Konami that he was purposefully doing things that he knew would piss them off. Because, I mean, the amount of money he spent on Fox Engine, that's what it's called, right? The guy spent an exorbitant amount of money on that engine and made a single game with it. And at the time, he was doing things that were like against company policy and like leaking things to journalists. He was just doing really strange shit. And Konami's like, fucking Jesus Christ, we have to like keep you in a designated area of the building that we can keep control of and like make sure you don't have internet access or something because you're being such a fucking psycho. There's like a lot of weird shit going on, and I feel like Kojima was sort of sabotaging on purpose because he wasn't happy with Konami, which is understandable. They are the worst. But I kind of feel like in a lot of ways, Konami had their hands forced. Like, because, I mean, think about it. He's your bread and butter at the time. Like, you don't want to fire Kojima at all. He's okay, he's still in front of me. So short that I can't see him. You fucking... Where'd he go? Okay, you know what? You guys are going to be really surprised by this one. I'm restarting. Megadeth getting a doom clock on themselves. What did Megadeth do? What is, I guess more to the point, what has Dave Mustaine done now? What sort of absolute insanity has he wrapped himself up in? I think the fallout from 5 is what kept us from getting 4 ported. I think 4 didn't sell particularly well in Metal Gear terms, and that's probably more the issue. That's speculation, though. I don't know that that's the case. I think 4 probably didn't sell very well comparatively with how much it cost to develop. Which makes sense because it was the PS3, and to get a game running on the PS3 and even a reasonable level of performance is kind of insanity, especially if you're Konami and you haven't really touched the PS3 as a development platform in that sort of way, because a lot of Konami's work at the time was outsourced to other development companies, and they're more of a producer / we sell our IPs to the fucking lowest bidder type of situation. Every frame is, dude, listen, you guys know the deal when you click on these streams. You know what's going to happen. MGS4 would just be very difficult to port because of how much it used the obnoxious core systems of the PS3. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the PS3 was not a platform that was very friendly to porting in the first place. Which is why every game during that era that we did get a port from was ported from the Xbox 360 version, because it was a more friendly platform in terms of porting to PC. I see you, asshole. Dude, it never doesn't feel good doing that. There's a place in Extraction Point where you can trigger a ninja to overlap with a replica. Like, what do we mean overlap? 360 port of MGS4 was being worked on and even had a temporary box art made, but was quietly canceled due to difficulties. That makes a lot of sense. At that point, it's like a sunk cost fallacy thing, you know. How much money are we putting into this port versus how much can we stand to make? And I would imagine the bean counters at Konami kind of rightly assumed that that was not a project that was going to make them massive dividends. Even though the 360 was a larger install base, I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that most 360 players weren't Metal Gear Solid faithful. Oh, you gotta love the fart sound effect there.
My name is Norton Mapes. I'm an engineer.
Shit, it's a civilian. Give him a comm link.
I don't want to. I hate him.
Hello? Who are you people?
The good guy.
I love his read the fucking manual belt buckle. That's sick.
Hell of a time.
You said you're an engineer? Can you help me get into the network?
What am I, an IS lackey? Tell you what, you disable the local security system, and I'll see what I can do about the server.
I can disable it remotely once I'm logged in.
No, you can't. It's on a separate network.
This music is so good.
It's back that way.
Why do you want us to bring down the security system anyway?
Never mind why.
There is something about the look and lighting of this game that is timeless.
Just wait here.
Ozempic wasn't made. Yeah, I think with the kind of money that Armacam pays, that guy would be looking slim nowadays. You know what, guys? Do me a favor. I will be right back. I gotta go pee. Talk amongst yourselves, please. Now. And we're back. Ugh. Vandalize the stream. Yeah, do it. Let's see what happens. Fuck it, man. He won't know what hit him. Now that I've read it, I will. Are we going the right way? I hope so. You know what is sort of more profoundly sad than I thought it would be? King Cobra JFS dying. I feel worse about that than I would have assumed, honestly. He was one of those rare lolcows that didn't really fuck with anyone or like wasn't a cunt to anyone or did anything stupid outside of like his own apartment. You know what I mean? Just kind of like chilled and did his own thing. He didn't like try to fleece people for their money or rug pull a fucking cryptocurrency release or something. He was just like a dude who listened to heavy metal. There's not enough motherfuckers on YouTube that listen to Cradle of Filth, and we sort of have to mourn the ones that we've lost that do. Jared, speaking of losing weight, I'm gonna go pee. And technically, I did lose weight when I did it. Oh, fuck you. Any landing you can walk away from, you know? Which locale was he? I'm sure I've seen him, but I'm trying to think of what he was known for. You know, he wasn't really a popular one because, like I said, he didn't have a lot of controversy surrounding him. But he had a weird lazy eye, and he grew out a long, stringly beard for a while, and he was about as bald as me, but he grew his hair out. He was just kind of a guy. The eagle sounds. That's a really good way to describe Danny Phil's vocals. You know, I thought that he wasn't going to sound very good live when I saw them. I was just like, I don't know. He sounds like a studio kind of singer. And then I saw him live and I was like, holy fuck. Danny Phil fucking kills. That dude rules. My favorite punk rock / metal album. Damn, that's tough. I think if I'm gonna answer that with a single answer, God, that's tough. That is so fucking tough. Okay, so here's the thing. If we're going heavy metal, it's two. It's between Cannibal Corpse's Bloodthirst and Metallica's Master of Puppets. Somewhere in but those two are fighting for constant dominance up there. If we're talking punk rock, it's got to be. That's tough. Maybe Blood for Blood, Outlaw Anthems. If you know, more hardcore than punk rock, but you get where I'm coming from. It's really hard to beat Blood for Blood. Especially that album where it's just every single song minus like one is a fucking banger. Maybe outside of that. Fuck. Damn, that's tough. Maybe Misfits, American Monsters. I think that's the one with Dig Up Her Bones on it and American Psycho, right? Or something Monsters, not American Monsters. It's Famous Monsters. What the fuck is it? I completely forget. Scared dogs in 2 Mile Radius. That's one thing about this game. It's very easy to get lost in the sort of winding infrastructure that is the office building. Before the March of Flames. Damn, that's a fucking name I haven't heard in a very long time. Listen, I'm not going to have... Ooh! Graves is so much fucking better than Jerry Only and so much fucking better than Danzig. Michael Graves is the only lead singer of the Misfits, dude. I'll go there. I went there. I did it. It cannot be denied. Will this break? What? Okay. was kind of sick, but that was a real waste of ammo. No, it's true. It's true. Michael Graves is it. It can't be denied. How dare you? I know. Listen, I understand how ridiculous I sound when I say that, but it doesn't stop it from being true. See what you've done? You've made me restart because I have been paying too much attention to me being correct about Michael Graves. All right, I'll see you later, Glitch Axis. Have a good one, man. No. Listen, I appreciate Danzig's vocals to a point, but Graves is the misfits. There's plenty, for example, okay, let's do this. Kill Switch Engage. Howard or whatever his name is, I forget his name. Like, who is Kill Switch Engage? No, like they both have amazing vocals. I think it's a situation where, yes, Danzig started the Misfits and was responsible for their sort of rise to popularity, but Michael Graves was a better performer, a better voice, just overall like a better fucking fit for the band, I think. And that's probably because I don't get into like 50s love songs, Misfits era shit. I don't give a shit about like rock and roll fucking zombies. I want to listen to punk rock with a hard edge. I don't want to listen to songs about your girlfriend and I don't know. Howard all the way. Well, like what about the new stuff? I mean, the fucking old singer sounds incredible. Jesse. That's it. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. You know what? We're going to take that on the chin. Like, All in Due Time is fucking incredible, and his scream has gotten significantly better since he left the band. That's insane. MXPX. So it's interesting you say that because all of my friends who listen to punk rock hate the fact that I love MXPX, but they're really good. The entire Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo album is genuinely awesome. I'm not afraid to say it. Grew up with him in Killswitch. That's fair. I get it. I mean, Howard's it's incredible. Like his library is hard to beat. End of Heartache, Starting Over, Rose of Sharon. I think that's the name. God, that song's so fucking emotional. It's hard to listen to that song and not kind of tear up a little bit. MXPX, I don't know, man. I get it. Listen, here's the thing. Listen to Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo. There's a song called Invitation to Understanding. It's really good stuff. I mean, if you don't like... I'm hesitant to call them pop punk, to be honest with you. Because, like, they sort of do have a sound that you could associate with, like, late 90s, early 2000s pop punk. But I don't know. It feels a little more than that to me. Specifically that album, Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo. I don't listen to a lot of other MXPX songs outside of that. But if you give that album a chance, especially Invitation to Understanding, I think that's the name of the song. Someone correct me if that's not wrong. But MXPX, genuinely, they've got some fucking bangers. I can't lie. I didn't know that they were Christian for a very long time. I didn't know that they were Christian for a very long time. And that's because they don't really talk about that kind of subject matter would, you know, in their songs and stuff that I've ever been able to suss out. Which is probably why I still listen to them, because, you know, when I got into them as a younger kid, I was very, very like staunchly anti-religious. So if I would have known that they were Christian, I would have been afraid of getting laughed out of fucking hardcore shows. Although listening to MXPX kind of gives you that same reaction anyway. Bouncing Soul. You know, I never got into Bouncing Souls, but I'm picky with that kind of music. Shit. I don't like Bouncing Souls. I don't like Aquabats. Like, I listen to some more positive punk rock. You know who's kind of sort of in a similar vein? Suicide Machines. They're like later stuff and not the like more hard edge punk stuff, but Suicide Machines has some fucking great music that's sort of uh like pop punk adjacent. I killed them before the grenade went off. That is such a cool fucking brag. Where do you stand on the Ozzy versus Dio Sabbath debate? Personally, I love both. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really like a lot of Black Sabbath. I'm more of a like Ozzy solo kind of guy. Like No More Tears is incredible. I never got into Sabbath very much, and do not like Dio. I know that sounds fucking sacrilegious to say, but I like all the bands that Sabbath and Dio sort of inspired, but I don't necessarily like them. Yeah, Suicide Machines are dope as hell. Sperm birds. No, I never heard of that. That's a very interesting name, though. They definitely did invent doom metal, but you know, to be honest, I don't really like doom all that much. I don't like stoner metal very much either. I have a friend who's like heavy into stoner metal, and me and him are constantly. I try to get him to listen to new metal, and he tries to get me to listen to stoner metal. Neither of us are ever successful. I think 80s metal is like I found metal from more the late 80s more my deal. Like who's really good? Overkill? Hello from the Gutter? Ooh. You don't get much better than that. And it's not heavy metal, but I really like Skid Row. They're kind of like in that arena rock kind of genre. Joy Division I do not get into. Is that Alma? Circle Jerks I can listen to. It's not my preferred stuff to listen to. They can be okay. Overkill fans, hell yeah, dude. Overkill fucking rules. Motorhead rules. Cannot deny that. They are fucking amazing.
Soon I will find
Oh, dude, Bathory fucking rules. Bathory is very, very good. There's a bit of a fucking, what would you call it? A rift in the black metal fandom, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. But people that like black metal, because of like bands like Burzum and shit, are now scared to publicly enjoy black metal because they might be seen as like national socialist or racist or something like that. And that's so fucking stupid. It's like it's fast, stupid music for idiot people. Just enjoy it for what it is. Who gives a shit? Suicidal tendencies for life. Por vida. Your boy stays suicidal. Stay up on that shit, dude.
Almost complete liquefaction. Maybe a chemical agent?
Annihilator's great too, yeah. Annihilator did fuck, what was it? Alice in Hell, right? Or was that, no, that wasn't Annihilator, was it? No, Alice in Hell was the band, right? Fuck, I'm getting fucked up. There's a really good song called Alice in Hell. Any bands you love their studio stuff but hate live or vice versa? Cockrock, I'll tell you one thing for sure. I think, you know what? Maybe me and you talked about this when we met up. I've been a lifelong fan of Hatebreed. Just every album they put out is amazing. And honestly, Worlds Apart is some of the best music that you can listen to, right? Worlds Apart is fucking incredible. If you cut me, I bleed the song Worlds Apart. But I saw them live, and Jamie Josta fucking sucks at live vocals. Like, awful. Would never see Hatebreed again. And my buddy, Chris and Kyle from Body Snatcher just went on tour with them, and they were like, yeah, you know, there were days when you could kind of tell that Jamie was like sort of phoning it in or something. And maybe that was the case when I saw them. But holy shit. Hatebreed sounds really fucking bad live in my experience when I saw them. They were fucking... I mean, Jamie basically like sang every lyric. Oh, did I get him? Hell yeah. He barely screamed, and then there was a fight because security were being cunts. I think this was at State Theater. Maybe, I forget where. Maybe somewhere in Tampa, I forget. But security were being fucking cunts, and, you know, people were fighting security all over the place. And Jamie Josta was, like, siding with security and shit, and I'm like, dude, that's a really bad fucking look for the vocalist of a hardcore band. Like, I don't know. That seems like a weird fucking choice to make there. I also am sort of pissed at Jamie Josta for ruining Ice Pick. They were so much better before him. Okay. That's a load. Every frame a load. Body Snatcher is such a badass name. Honestly, I never thought that. I always thought Body Snatcher sounded so dumb. When I first met Kyle and he's like, yeah, I sing for Body Snatcher, I was like, what a dumb name. He ended up being the nicest guy in the entire world. Like, he's like a good friend of mine now, but like I made fun of that name for a very long time. He's coming back to Japan, I think, in December, around that time, which is pretty cool. We're going to hang out some more. Honestly, Kyle from Body Snatcher introduced me to a lot of the Japanese hardcore and heavy metal scene, and I will forever be thankful for that because I have a lot of really cool friends because of him now. Fucking solid bro. Sharon Warren. It's Jared, you old, beautiful, bald, gorgeous specimen. That's me. Every bit of it. Can you crouch or take cover? You can crouch. Taking cover is just more like you'll be behind it. What do you think about Burzum and all the crazy shit the shit dudes did back then? I don't know. I like Burzum. I mean, I listen to music from people who are fucked up. Like, I don't really care. I'm not part of the belief that the music you listen to somehow determines your like worldview. Because I listen to, like, for example, Zulu is an awesome hardcore band. Probably also one of the more racist bands on planet Earth. They just flat out hate white people, and they have merch that's like "End White Hardcore," and it's like, all right, no problem. I mean, I don't give it, like, that's stupid as fuck. You sound like a fucking retard saying that, but your music is dope. It's fast. It's heavy. Very power violence adjacent. So it's kind of hard to be mad at them for the music. So I think it's fine, man. Listen to music where people are fucking idiots that do stupid shit. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think anybody needs to like apologize for their music taste. It's literally just fucking bleeps and bloops. It's nothing important. You're not, and that goes the other way too, by the way. Like, you're not saving the world by listening to bands who preach politics that you agree with or something like that. You know what I mean? Screwdriver. I don't really get into Screwdriver. I don't get into a lot of that kind of skinhead, oi, rock and roll style punk. But if you do like Screwdriver, which I imagine most people watching do not like Screwdriver, but there's a really good black skinhead band called, God, people are going to fight. Their name is Negro Terror. It's not my fault. That's what they named themselves. Really good fucking punk rock skinhead band. And they covered Screwdriver's, what was the name of the song? Invasion. And they fucking play it so goddamn good. I am blown away at how good that song sounds. If you enjoy punk rock and you like skinhead music, right now, Google, fuck, I forget what I'm saying. Hold on, let me find my save real quick. Google Negro Terror Invasion. It is fucking amazing. Really and truly one of the best covers I've ever heard in my life. Like, up there with Johnny Cash covering Hurt from Nine Inch Nails. Like, it's that level of good cover. Yo, Castro, I haven't seen you in a bit. What's up, man? How you doing? Last day of school? Dude, fuck yes. Turbo Negro has more of like that kind of I call them like CKY rock, even though they don't sound like the band CKY. It's more like that era of shit that I think Bam Margera would listen to. I don't really get into them very much, but I have a friend who swears by them, and he's always trying to turn me on to them.
Finally! Can you do something about these bombs?
All right, another civilian. Den Mother, we've located a hostage. Sounds like he's wired up with explosives. Roger. I'll send somebody.
Separate the music from the art. I like G.G. Allen. Trust me, I understand. Yeah, G.G. Allen's great. I kill everything I fuck. Doesn't get much better than that. I'm imagining Fox now doing a report on the dreaded Negro Terror invasion. It does kind of sound like one of their bottom tickers or something. Like any power metal? Yeah, like a lot of power metal, actually. Who's the band that does... Oh, no, they have a song called King Diamond. They're so fucking good. Oh, it's gonna kill me. What is their name? The song is called King Diamond, and it's literally like an homage to King Diamond, and the band is called. It's killing. It's fucking killing me. Maybe starts with a B. I cannot think of it. My cousin recently moved to South Florida. Any advice I should give her? Buy a firearm. Florida is a constitutional carry state, so tell her to keep it on her. And put some time in at the range so that she understands how to fire it. Any non-metal punk bands you enjoy? Yeah, AFI. Total Immortals, like one of the greatest songs ever created by a human being. Oh, we just went the wrong way the whole way. AAA is pretty good. A little ska in there isn't too bad. I would say a lot of the punk rock bands that I get into are more like early DC era punk rock, like Teen Idols, Minor Threat. Negative Approach is really good. Bad Brains. That's more of like my style of punk rock. I really don't enjoy the rock and roll side of punk rock with like Rancid and stuff like that. I've always thought they kind of sound like trash, honestly. Oh, wait, I think I just have to give him a thing, right? Yeah.
Hello?
Let's talk Mayhem. Mayhem's pretty good.
Special forces or something?
Sonata Arctica. Killer. Really good stuff. I saw them live.
Aldous Bishop.
I don't like Iced Earth as much.
Okay, buddy. There's some elevators near your position.
AC/DC I don't really get into. You should listen to ACX/DC though. That'll fucking rip you up real good. Merciful Fate I don't like very much. I used to really like power metal as a teen, but I've since gotten out of that stuff. Too corny for my old ass now. Never too corny. I was not able to think of the... Okay, hold on. I don't want to... I can't alt-tab out, and I don't have my phone in here. We're stuck. I can't think of the name of the band that sings the song King Diamond, but they're so good, very power metal. I would say sort of power metal adjacent would be Motley Crue's Live Wire. I really get into that, like more edgy, fast, aggressive Motley Crue. I loved Iced Earth's concept albums. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't like concept albums very much. I feel like it's just make music that sounds good and don't put quite so much thought into how you package it. I guess. I don't know. It's not my stuff. Do not like Dragon Force. No. They're very, 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 very... Well, here's the thing. Dragon Force is really catchy. They make catchy music, but that's what happens when you fucking program all your riffing. It's really easy to do that shit. Okay. Well, if you're brave enough to admit that you like nu metal, like myself, and it is corny as fuck, nu metal is terrible, but it's also really good. If you get into nu metal, Bless the Murderer, there is a cover album from a band called... Oh man, I'm blanking on everything right now. I haven't listened to this album in years, but they're very good. They have a nu metal cover album, but it's gent. It's very genty stuff. Kadinja. Kadinja. They have a cover album, and it's just gent covers of nu metal songs. And whoo, Jesus, it is so fucking good. This is most of what my playthroughs of this game is, running around these office buildings trying to figure out where I'm going. Yeah, Kadinja has, oh God. They did a cover of Korn's Falling Away From Me that is sincerely better than the original. Jared loves Baby Metal. I saw them live once. They were pretty good. I won't say they were amazing. They get old very fast because they have very one-note sort of production, but they're good. Dragon Force played TwitchCon? Interesting. That's kind of a combination I wouldn't expect. Although I guess Heath from Trivium is always streaming and stuff, so heavy metal heads are all hitting the streaming game. Yeah, I think even if you don't like Jen, I think you probably get into that album because they have a killer selection on there. They did a Papa Roach's fuck, I completely forget the name of that song now too. Oh shit. I can't think. I'm shooting. Peace. Oh no. I must get away from my own grenade. Yeah, Trivium's early stuff when they were screaming was pretty good, although dude's voice was pretty shitty. I enjoyed the sound. Like they had that one song, like Light to, or like Moths to Light, or like Light to Flies, or something like that. I completely forget the name of the song, but it's pretty good. This tragedy's like two flies. Dude, peace out, head. I don't really get into a lot of Christian music, but there's this I think the band's name is Holy Name. I don't like a lot of their music, but they have this one song with Head from Korn, because I said Peace Head. Called, my memory is failing me so much today. Hold on. You know what? I can't even remember it because I never actually like look at the name of the song. It just comes up on my playlist. But if you search Holy Name, whoops, my bad. Holy Name and Brian Welch, I think is his name. It's a really good song. It's kind of a genty, melodic type of deal. It's good. Light to Flies. That was it. All right, I was right.
Here goes. We're through.
Had 3 concussions in the past year. You're doing some wild shit, dude. Fuck. I've only had 1 in my entire life. I got kicked in the head real good. Dude pieced me up. Wrong button. Oh, I'm a human. I ain't got no clue, darling. By the time I realized anything was going on, the entire town had been infested with zombies.
You the bomb expert?
That's right. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Call him Troy Aikman.
Please.
Whoever rigged this is definitely a pro.
How many concussions have you given / delivered? Ooh, that's a tough number to quantify, brother.
5
to get the elevators back online.
When you've been a bouncer for a while, it
Mr. Bishop, do you have any idea why
I would imagine it's in the triple digits.
Harlan Wade? Me and his daughter Alice are on the same task force. What kind of task force? We're working on a study on the Auburn district over the past 25 years. Nobody told us what it's for.
I like that we're going. Listen, I love talking about music on stream, so I'm enjoying this very much. You guys feel free to keep it up. Music questions are very much welcome. I saw someone asked if I liked Ariana Grande, and no, I don't get into her stuff. But I listen to shit that's just as fucking lame. One of my favorite artists. Oh shit, that was a good scare. That got me for a second. Neo, the album Year of the Gentleman. Woo, hot shit. Very good stuff.
Holiday, can you guys escort Mr. Bishop? We'll take good care of him.
Interpol. Like, it's a band, right? Interpol?
Any theories?
I don't know about them.
Lab work. All right.
Thoughts on Jamiroquai? I only really know that one song, Virtual Insanity, but it's great. Fuck, now that song's stuck in my head. You did that on purpose. I know you've done vocals before, but are there any instruments you consider picking up? Yes, I want to play bass because I love Typo Negative, and I think Pete Steele has the perfect bass tone because his bass basically sounds like a guitar. He has a bunch of overdrive pedals and a weird EQ setup that fucking has his bass sounding buzzy and just incredible. I mean, it's hard to hear anything but guitar in Typo Negative music because his bass sounds so much like a guitar. And I like that sound a lot. So, if possible, bass. I play the skin flute. I bet you do. I bet you're the Marty Friedman of skin flute. Speaking of which, that fool's getting old. Buenos noches, Jared. You're looking beautiful tonight. What is your opinion on Labubus? Man, I don't fucking like that shit at all, dude. And it's like, listen, I get into some dumb, stupid ass shit. I mean, I cover video games on YouTube, so it's not like I'm this big adult who gives a shit about being a grown up, but like, maybe you shouldn't be an adult who buys Labubus. And you know why? Here's the thing. It's not that they're lame, although they are. They're fucking dumb as shit. They're really stupid. But it's like you're buying this toy not because you enjoy the toy itself, but because you really get into like signaling that you're really super down with fashion trends. And I don't know, that just says something about you that I don't think you want to be saying. You're just telling people, it's like, I am a corny fucking dork, and I do it, the only reason is because other people think it's cool. It's like this dumb fucking postmodern bullshit where everything must be done ironically. Like, I remember when I was a kid, we dressed like idiots and we looked stupid as fuck, but we thought we looked cool, right? But now they've kind of taken the middleman out of the scenario and they're like, yeah, hell yeah, dude, that looks so bad and stupid. It's so cool. And it's like, you guys are missing the point. You know, like, I think you're supposed to want to look a way that you think is cool and not like, oh yeah, this is so bad. People are going to think it's really cool because of how bad it looks. And it's like, you fucking retarded. I think it's worse than Funko Pops, but around the same as Beanie Babies. It's just a bunch of fucking like grown adults who listen to other grown adults about the dumbest shit. I don't know. Don't buy Labubus, please. And if you do, please don't spend a lot of money on them. Doing dumbbell curls right now. Any advice? I'll tell you one thing. Dumbbell curls in and of themselves are not the most efficient way to grow your biceps. I think if I had to right now grow really big biceps and I had to pick an exercise that was most likely to do that, preacher curl would be more my speed. Either a preacher curl or one of those curls where you set your elbow and tricep on a bench that's at a incline, and you curl with your shoulder pronated, which kind of deactivates your shoulder in the lift. But if you are going to do dumbbell curls, I will say some of the advice that gym rats always give is you want this full stretch, this full extension, but that's not precisely what you might want in order to build muscle efficiently and at a speedy rate. Because once you get a full stretch, your bicep is no longer engaged necessarily and the weight is just resting, and you're not going to build any muscle from allowing weight to rest on your muscles. So I would say once you bend your elbow, get it to the point where you can feel your bicep no longer engaged in the lift, and stop and make that your stopping point. But that's going to require some pretty heavy mind-muscle connection that you're going to build up over time anyways. So if you're not connecting with the lift at first, I would say don't worry so much about that. Just kind of get used to lifting, feeling what weight feels like when being lifted properly, when you're not harming yourself or, doing it poorly. But yeah, full extension is sort of, it's the labubu of the fitness industry. It's a bunch of shit everybody does. They have no fucking idea why, and it's retarded. Modern goth chicks got nothing on older goth chicks. Cock rock is fucking preaching. I'm loving it. That's what I hate about the modern goth fad. There's a strong hint that people are doing it now, are doing it not earnestly, kind of ironically. Yeah, that's the point. It's just like, yeah, can you look at how bad I look? It's so fucking stupid. Everyone's going to think I'm so cool. And it's like, no, you don't understand. People are doing that shit because they genuinely think it's cool. Not because the irony of the fact that you're doing it is so fucking incredible. Jared, have you ever considered giving advice on gym exercises? This is good stuff I didn't know. I've thought about it in the sense that it would be really nice to kind of have an outlet to get my ideas on fitness out there. But to be totally honest with you, for the most part, the fitness industry is such bullshit in terms of like giving advice and opinion versus like science-based bullshit. The entire social media landscape around fitness is so toxic, and I don't use testosterone or any sort of what do they call them? There's an acronym for steroids, basically. I don't use any of that kind of stuff. So I don't have the most incredible build. I am very muscular and I stay relatively athletic. So I have very good endurance, and I probably have a build that most people would consider more adjacent to like a power lifter, because essentially I used powerlifting advice incorrectly for a very long time. And I sort of built up a very big sternum, and my shoulders are larger than my delts are larger than my pecs. But essentially what I'm trying to get at is I don't have the kind of body where people would take my advice seriously, because they would probably say, well, I want to look like, X social media profile that has a six-pack and stuff. So I don't think anybody would take me seriously. And a lot of the stuff I have to say goes against what a lot of idiots like fucking, what's his ass? God damn it, I forget his fucking name. I'm having a bad time with memory. I can't play video games and think. Mike Isratelli, something like that. That guy's a fucking idiot. I tell you what, if there is one piece of fitness advice that you take from me, never click on a Mike Israetel video, Israetelli, whatever his name is. Never click on one of his videos because you genuinely want advice for lifting. He is so stupid that it's wild, and he has a fucking, I believe, a doctorate in what is it called? Fuck, I forget. He has a doctorate, but essentially his doctorate is in the more internal mechanisms and hormonal reactions to lifting versus the physical, mechanical nature of it. So a lot of his advice is him reading a study poorly, not understanding it very well, and then putting it into practice and destroying his body with it. That guy is such a fucking idiot. He's like, okay, yeah, if you want to lose weight, do this. And if you want to gain big shoulders, do this. And if you want... And then he has all this advice, and then you look at him and you're like, oh, okay, well, you don't have big shoulders, and you're like a really big fat guy, and you had to get fucking liposuction. Why would I listen to anything you say? PDs, thank you, PDs. Having seen you in person, I would say you definitely have a toy. Oh, thank you. I would definitely take what you have to say seriously. That's good to know. Oh yeah, dude. Fitness in Japan channel. I've thought about that. Me and my wife really want to do a kind of like, like a daily vlog type of thing, because before we moved here, we were really interested in watching videos from people who lived here, So it would be nice to kind of be able to make that kind of content, but that would require, because she goes to school full time and I do YouTube full time, and we both kind of need more time in the day in order to get that stuff going. But I think we will eventually. I would really like to. If you're wondering, by the way, why I'm leaning, it's because the recoil is less when you're leaning than when you're not. Have you seen... oh, wait, no, I already read that. I got my wrist hurt. I'm so focused more on legs for a few days and got my ankle hurt, basically, as I get working out. Listen, honestly, it's easy to do, man. It's easy to get under some weight, have it feel good, and then the next day it's fucking hurting you. Really and truly, so you have, there's two competing ideas, and they're both kind of correct. Consistency is key. Even if you're working out wrong, you'll see results from consistently working out wrong, right? For the most part, unless you're like, doing crazy. If you ever watch those gym fail videos where you see a guy and he's loading up like 800 pounds that he's lifting with his neck only or something like that, you're not going to see results from that. But if you go to the gym and you do workouts that are inefficient or not quite suited for what you're trying to do, but you continue to do them consistently, you're going to see fitness results. But at the same time, I would say form is much more important than weight. It's much more important than consistency. And form is something that you're not going to intuitively understand, because there's a lot about your form when lifting that doesn't play into common sense or your perceived common sense. A lift may feel like it's doing you a hell of a lot of good when in reality it's doing nothing for you. For example, a common misconception is that when you are bench pressing, just a normal flat bench press, what you want to do is arch your back as much as possible in order to take a lot of your midsection out of the lift and put it all into your chest. That's the perceived reason. In reality, when you do that, you are working out your core and your shoulders for the most part, and you're putting a lot of that. The reason why people do that is because they're power lifters and they're trying to cheat a lift, because it's legal in powerlifting and competitive style lifting for you to touch the bar to your body, any part of your body. So if your stomach is arched 18 inches in the air, you have to lift a bar significantly lower. So powerlifters have kind of popularized this really, really inefficient, likely to hurt you type of lifting. And I used to do it, so I would know it doesn't work. It doesn't give you the results that you're looking for. You're going to build up a massive fucking midsection and not a huge chest like you want. So in a lot of ways, form can be more important than the lift you're actually doing. But the problem with that is it takes a very long time for you to understand form. Why are they not moving at all? That was a really weird kind of scenario. Fitness YouTube shorts. I don't know that there's anything I could ever say that could be condensed into a short and be worth talking about. You know, I made one short once, and wait, where'd my other fucking pistol go? It stole my other pistol. I was just trying to get health. I'm so upset now. Okay, wait, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole shorts thing, I understand that that's the future of content. And I'm not necessarily saying it's like, oh, you shouldn't watch shorts, because I watch shorts too. But I don't think that there's any sort of worthwhile content that I could make that would be worth discussing, but also less than 60 seconds long. You know what I mean? Like that's not how shit works for me. I'm sure that there are people who can make really interesting shorts that provide entertainment or some sort of value, but that is not me. I think shorts are kind of the death of content in general on the internet. In the same way that, like, yeah, sure, like heroin feels really, really good, but it's probably not the best thing for you to do. I think short form content is something that preys on a natural process, a little quick dopamine hit that people enjoy, but it's probably not something to engage in very often. All I know is that I always lift with my back in a jerking, twisting motion. Yeah, and just as much as you can, put your back, if at all possible. Balance it out with Ozempic. There you go, dude. Oh, I didn't know you were there. Sorry about that, buddy. Trying to or successfully doing it? God, I love it. Not necessarily a gym fail, but my favorite workout fail video is the one where that guy pretends to lift a fake box and ends up popping his knee. Oh no, that sucks. Dude, any knee injury on video, oh, it gets me so bad, dude. Somebody coming from someone who has bent their knee the wrong way on both legs. Oh, god damn it. The terror of seeing knee injuries, like the cringe that I feel inside my body, I can't even describe to you. Because I know the sound of like your bones doing this. It's terrible. It's an internal thing you can feel, and it's just, ugh. The last thing that guy ever said was okay. Those parts where enemies behave oddly add so much to the atmosphere of the game, even if that's not meant to happen. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I 100% agree. It just adds a sort of level of randomness that's kind of believable. I hate watching the... Yeah, dude, it sucks. It's a tough fucking thing to do. But it's fun too, to a degree. It's kind of like when you watch like somebody pull out an ingrown hair. Like it's gross and you don't necessarily want to watch it, but there's a satisfying level of something to it. Well, well, well. Looks like Josine's awake. Imagine okay being your last words. When am I getting surgery to replace my legs with tank treads? Maybe not quite as long or as far off as you think, because I've been talking about it and I need knee surgery. I've needed it for a very long time. I think now that I'm in Japan and healthcare is much cheaper here, it might be the time. So that might be coming up. I'll spend a little more time this spring skating and seeing how I handle it, because the idea is I want to be able to remain athletic without my knee hurting me really, really bad. You know, I mean, like, you're going to be sore, and I'm okay with a certain level of pain and uncomfortableness after performing, you know, repetitive actions like that. But if my knee continues to sort of be a burden to my everyday life, I'm going to go get surgery. You should rank exercises with memes. That's a good idea, actually. I have thought about doing a little getting jacked in Japan series and just kind of like using that as I didn't mean to do that, you fucking asshole. I just wanted to jump on the edge and I don't know why. But anyways, yeah, I've been wanting to do like a little like getting jacked in Japan kind of style content. The only problem is I don't want to film in my gym because, like, it's Japan. People are very hardcore with their privacy here, and I don't want to be one of those people who films in the gym, so I'd have to go there at like 4 in the morning. So it'd just be like a kind of inconvenient thing to do, but it would also be really fun and worthwhile, I think. Knee replacement? Oh, no. Okay, so the surgery that I would want to get is not like knee replacement stuff. I have something called Osgood-Schlatter disease. And I basically have a thing below my kneecap that I need to have removed. And the surgery wouldn't be crazy invasive and it wouldn't put me down for a very long time, is why I'm considering it. I mean, like ice skating? No, I skateboard. I'm not. I would say among my skills, ice skating doesn't rank in the top 1 trillion.
This way.
Okay, hold on. We need to get a better angle on this. So you're weak. Essentially, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Get your knee done. You'll be happy you did it. My dad just got his done. The first couple of weeks suck. You'll have to do physical therapy, but it'll be worth it. Yeah, I'm pretty, you know, for the longest time, I was kind of in the mindset, it's like, I do not need knee surgery. It would just be a nice thing to have. But now that it's not going to cost me an entire house fucking down payment, I think I will probably get it done. Okay, listen, I know you guys are getting tired of seeing the same spots again, but this is too fun. I wonder if it's a time thing or when is he going to come out? I keep thinking that it's hard to explain. Never mind. I hate games that don't make you hold down the right button, the right mouse button to aim. Did he fucking melee me? Sick. Dude, did he get all 3? Eat my ass. pop back into place. I have done it before. I've twisted my knee sideways. Josine, I've told you 1,000 times, it doesn't work that way. He was lucky to get it with workers' comp. Hell yeah, dude. Police whatever company you work for everything they're worth. Unless you're working for me. Don't do that if you work for me. I have to say, I have to imagine it's much like Max Payne in the sense the higher the frame rate is, the weirder the physics act. Because the physics have been being crazy lately. That did not look cool. I mean, it gets the job done, but at what cost? Big bonks with big books. That's what it's all about, brother. I mean, I have a cyst on my wrist that I've healed with a big book. Oh, I thought that I was not supposed to do that. So no boomer shooters, then, considering they don't have you look down the iron sight. Yeah, I don't think iron sights are built into the whole boomer shooter thing. Which is fine with me because I don't like boomer shooters, so that's fine. Yeah, I think because the physics thing is the higher the frame rate goes, the more calculations are able to be done on the physics level. And I think that's what's fucking it up. Here's what you do. Get on there. Boom. I'd never stop. What do you mean you'd never stop? Well, what would you never stop? That was a little spooky. I'm pretty sure F.E.A.R stands for fart, extremely fart, airburst fart, ridiculous fart. You could be right, to be fair. We've never heard from the developers that it doesn't stand for that. God, you gotta love the fucking real-time light and shadow casting. Beautiful. You don't like boomer shooters? Why not? I think I grew up more in the like 2000s era of shooters, stuff like this. I didn't really get into first-person shooters around the time that like Blood and Doom and a lot of your like build engine favorites and stuff were popular. So for me, first-person shooting is kind of like early 2000s 3D Unreal sort of stuff, and I more prefer shooters that allow you to look down sights and that have you reloading and stuff like that, versus your boomer shooter archetype where it's all movement based and circle strafing. I kind of like stuff like Far Cry more, and that's Far Cry 1. Although Far Cry 2 is basically Stalker. I need to be able to see. ATC brochure. Our last replica model now doesn't wrap, so noxious gases and loud sounds won't give away their... Wait, what? Oh yeah, Painkiller. Definitely deserves to be in that list for sure. Honestly, No One Lives Forever is one of those games that I started a million times but never really finished. Never played the second game either. Yeah, it very much. I remember playing Far Cry 2, and there's like no one in my room, right? But I'm looking around like this. I'm like, is nobody gonna say this is Stalker? Like you basically have a fucking device that allows you to track diamonds as if they were fucking artifacts. It's this sort of quasi open world type of deal where randomness is kind of thrown in and enemy AI takes the place of like arena building. It just feels so much like Stalker that I was blown away that in the reviews at the time, nobody mentioned any of that stuff. And you kind of imagine that to be the case. For example, when F.E.A.R first came out, everybody was comparing it to like Max Payne's Bullet Time. And rightly so, because Max Payne kind of popularized the practice. But when Far Cry 2 comes out, the mainstream media is like, nope, completely original idea. We've never played anything like it before. And I'm like, yeah, fucking god damn it. I'm angry because I'm old. You know what? I've done quite a few Dirge of Cerberus Redemption streams, and I am not against doing them again. God, that is a creepy visual. Yeah, I played Dirge of Cerberus on stream with a mouse several times, and I will do it several more times before I'm done. No one perhaps forever. We're going down a good path with this stream so far. Jump down here a little bit there. I carry a Dirge of Cerberus keychain at all times, brother. It's been redeemed in the hearts of all with eyes to see. It's a really good game. It has its flaws for sure, but it's so fucking good. I guess Stalker was too niche. It definitely was. If there's one thing you can accuse Stalker of, it's being too niche, for sure. Okay, I know that I did that, but I'm not sure why I did it. Can I swim down? That was so disorienting. Oh, okay, now I see, I see. I moved that box. Oh yeah, that's the whole thing these streams are known for, is the old man yells at clouds rant. Can I do this? Is this a thing? It's not. Speaking of Dirge of Cerberus, did I hear that you can plug a USB mouse in and play it on PS2? You can. You absolutely can. I did a video on it a very long time ago. That and Resident Evil. Blech. Resident Evil. I'm not looking at chat. This will be something I figure out on my own. Resident Evil. I can't think of the name. It's killing me, but I don't want chat to tell me. It has to come from my own brain. I've forgotten. I'm going to look at chat. Dead aim. God damn it. That was it. It was dead aim. Anyways, yeah, Dirge of Cerberus can not only be played with a mouse, a USB mouse, but a USB keyboard as well. And if you go into the options on the PS2, you can set keybinds. It's fucking incredible. If you can, look up my old ass video on it. It's honestly pretty insane. It's a bad video, but it's a really cool subject matter. Yeah, you're not the only one thinking about grenades, brother. Honestly, that was pretty sick. Fuck yes. Yeah, so you can control. I mean, you have a wild amount of control over the keybinds in that game, and I've never seen a PS2 game that would allow you to open up in the options a keyboard menu and map keys to PS2 controller inputs. It's pretty fucking incredible. That was sick. I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers puts out a remaster F.E.A.R trilogy in spite of killing Monolith. You know, I wouldn't be either, but in that scenario, we would win. You know what I mean? I remember that video because you were probably the first person to say that you could play it with a keyboard and a mouse and how much it enhanced that game, the game experience. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing it anywhere else. I was really surprised. And the reason I found it out is because after I found out Dead Aim could use a mouse, I went through my collection and looked on the back of all my PS2 games just to see how many of them supported mouse. I kind of wanted that to happen, to be fair. This game is great. There's absolutely a lot of fuck yeah moments. Black was an interesting game, but I felt like Black sort of lacked a lot of substance. It was more like once you got past the environmental destruction, I don't think the shooting was quite as satisfying as I would have liked, especially for a game that existed around the same time this game did. God, that cool scream. And then real quick. Dennis Duffy. That's an interesting take. I've never thought about that, but I guess, yeah, Max Payne does kind of look like that. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, Josine, let her know that there's a fix and a widescreen patch available for that game. I don't know if they're playing it in 4x3, but it natively stretches to 4x3. I know Lars is like a dyed-in-the-wool PC gamer. He probably knows to check PC Gaming Wiki, but just in case, tell her to check PC Gaming Wiki.
Hello? Who's there? Oh, it's you. Christ.
Max Payne does indeed take the correct approach to my wife is dead plots.
You guys. What are you doing here? The elevators are
They play fine on Steam Deck, so I can't complain. I don't know if multiplayer still works for F.E.A.R 3 since it used GameSpy. I'll tell you what, Gabriel. The first F.E.A.R game's multiplayer, I don't know if it's still up. I think it was a separate .exe. God, it was so much fun. I had so much fun playing F.E.A.R. At the time, I was really big into Counter-Strike, and I stopped playing Counter-Strike because I liked F.E.A.R so much. Yeah, playing Dirge of Cerberus with a controller is tough. It's like manageable to a degree, but now that I know a keyboard and mouse are possible, you can't go back. I mean, hell, even if they lightly remastered for one with the F.E.A.R 3 engine, I don't know. Man, I really wouldn't want to see this game not looking and feeling like this game. You know what I mean? I don't think you could make F.E.A.R in the F.E.A.R 3 engine properly. I would want to see this game with just higher resolution assets, maybe a code base that's a little more able to take advantage of higher end hardware and not so likely to break when using that hardware. But I don't think you need much, honestly. I want to do a shot dodge for Max Payne so bad. Every fight that I get into, I'm reaching for the shift button. Did I get him? No. Yeah, I would have to say the amount of frames we're getting per second is affecting the physics being like that, which I'm fine with, by the way, because it looks so good. Jared with the correct remaster opinion. Yeah, you know me. Never been wrong, Jared. That's what they call me. Who's... Oh, he's right there. You know what? Fuck it. Let him kill me. Oh shit. What's up, Guardian Beard Eyes? How you doing, man? Oh, Pim's streaming right now too? Listen, you need to tell him to stop competing with my times. I need to go back over to Pim's house. If I was Pim, I'd rename myself to Pimp, but that's just me. That's just my brain. Not sure if you caught the preview video for it, RE9, but are you thinking of doing that using the first person or third person mode? You know, honestly, I want to do third person because I feel like third person RE engine stuff works really well. So I'd like to, it would be nice to kind of replicate my experience with RE2 Remake. Because because I've seen it work in the past, where Resident Evil in first person does work, obviously. RE7 was really good. I felt a more authentic connection with that early Resident Evil survival horror play style in Resident Evil 2, more so than I did with Resident Evil 7 or 8. So it would be nice, but you know, again, the game has to kind of be built around it too. So if it's just a perspective change, I'm not sure it's going to make a massive difference. But I would really like to see, like I said, that kind of Resident Evil 2 remake approach to game design. And if we get that, you know, honestly, I could care less what the perspective is like as long as I'm able to... dig. How are me and Josine? We're doing good. Hanging out, trying to get more gym time in. Living the dream. Was he going to say a third oh shit? That would have been wild. It sounded like he was going for a third one. I feel like the parts where you're getting hunted or stalked will be way more tense in first person. Probably, but I think they might be a little more fair in third if you're able to have a wider FOV. But you know me, I'm not big on the whole like invincible stalker type of gameplay style. Yeah, Condemned, this, and The Darkness are like this trinity of incredible 2000s shooters. God, The Darkness was so fucking good. You know what I need to do? I need to finally fuck around with that PS3 emulator. I think it's RPS3. And get a game of The Darkness going. It works really well on Xbox Series X. But it'd be nice to see how that game plays with a keyboard and mouse, because man, I do not like playing FPS games with fucking controllers. That's pretty cool. He thought he was good. He was not. RPS3 runs pretty great. I know some things run better on Xenia, though. Interesting. I'm going to have to finally mess around with that. That'll be fun.
Sayonara, sucker.
I remember my first time playing F.E.A.R on the 360. Spent a month straight playing it till I beat it. Same with The Darkness, Condemned, and Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicles of Riddick is good. That was an interesting time. I remember, because I was not an Xbox guy when it came out. I really did not like the Xbox. And it was pretty insane to see the type of games that were coming out of that console, because they were really graphically impressive. Where should I be going here? And that was at a time, it's been a very long time since video games have impressed me graphically. And I think because we've reached a sort of period of diminishing returns. Video games now look so good and so close to photorealism that any of the gains that we've made in terms of making presentations look more photorealistic, there's just so little variation. You know, like back in the day, the jump from the PS2 to the Xbox 360 and PS3, massive, huge jump up, right? It was a noticeable difference in graphics tech. PS4 to PS5, not so much. So I think nowadays it's just, like I said, we've reached a point of diminished returns where you can't really see the difference anymore. Great 2006. Man, I've talked about this before, but when I first got my 360, I was so blown away at the idea that I could download demos. That's all I did. I just downloaded demos all day and played them. And I had so much fucking fun with Prey's demo. God, that was such a good time. You could just download a demo for Dead Rising and try it out before you played it. Only in the indie scene do you see demos nowadays.
Oh, perfect. You again. See this button? I wonder what this does.
I would like to shoot you until you die, please. The newest build of RPS3 added a lot of games that now run better, like Dante's Inferno, F.E.A.R, and 3D Game Heroes. Dante's Inferno on RPS3 would probably be sick as fuck. I really like that game. Latest gen made a jump more on performance than graphical fidelity, at least on the console side. Yeah, that is true. The shift has been from fidelity to performance for sure. Although, to be fair, I think you can make an argument that it hasn't really hit it quite so well. Who failed the Red Ring of Death because of Dead Rising? You know what? I got the Red Ring of Death on 2 out of the 3 Xbox 360s that I owned. That was a terrible time. Never mind. I hate the 360 era. I've changed my mind. I should be able to use this. Why can't I? Well, this is yet another instance of F.E.A.R being annoying to navigate. Okay, we went that way, so now we have to go this way, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, is this gonna let me out right where I was? Oh, okay, no, it didn't. I remember when the RE5 360 demo released in Japan first. I found a copy online, burned it to a CDR, and played the hell out of it. Damn. I had a similar experience when Final Fantasy VII Advent Children came out. My local GameStop guy was nice enough to burn me a disc. I was blown away. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. Me and my wife watched the shit out of Advent Children. We would have people come over so they could watch more Advent Children. You know what I mean? Like, that was a fucking... All of our friends, even people who did not give a shit about Final Fantasy VII, they watched that fucking movie. I thought I'd be able to melee the door open, but I guess not. You know what? I want to reload that. Fuck it. It appears as if these offices were designed by a game designer. Armageddon employee. I have a friend who still has a working 360 17 years later, still plays a ton too. He hit the silicon jackpot. Yeah, for sure. I have one over here. It's one of the models with HDMI out that are the more reliable ones. Oh, because that's the fucking thing for the gun. Interesting. So that's how that's cool. Yeah, mine's reset glitch hacked, so I got a bunch of games on it. It's fun.
Oh, perfect. You again. See this button?
Oh, dude, Guardian Beardwiser's got it down. Dude, the first thing you watch with 5.1, that is such a good memory to have. I love that for you. I used to install like surround sound and home theater systems. So in my spirit, I feel your experience. That's such a cool thing to remember your first time with 5.1. I remember mine. If I ever got Red Ring of Death on my 360, I'd just go buy a secondhand 360, put my hard drive on it, and then back to gaming I went. Yeah. I mean, you know, there was a time, though, where secondhand 360s were fucking expensive because everybody was doing that. Oh, listen, I heard Wraith. I saw a video, I think from Modern Vintage Gamer, maybe, about how easy it is to RGH hack. I guess that's redundant, but how easy it is to do an RDH mod nowadays. So I feel like you'd probably be pretty okay. And that's coming from me, an expert in nothing. Yeah, from what I hear, it's become a lot easier, which is nice. I wish I would have known that like a year and a half ago and spent a bunch of money on a 360 with HDMI out from a modder. But he was a nice guy, though. It's one of those situations where you're okay with it. Spending a little bit of money on a good modder. Let's see. Nice. What game intro did you find so awesome that you treated it like a movie itself? Mine was Onimusha 3. That's a good choice. I actually have multiple watch parties at my house and people always lost their shit. You know, I don't think I had one where I shared it with people like that, but for me, the intro to Resident Evil 2 on the PS1 was one of the most like filmic. It was like a zombie movie. And you know, at the time and still today, I was a huge zombie movie head. So that intro CG looking so much like a Romero film, I was just, man, I was blown away. I wanted to see so much more because it gave you this very small glimpse at Raccoon City. And that intro made me want to see it all, you know? And it's so good when a video like that is able to, oh fuck, I thought that did it. It's so good when an intro like that is able to give you that small glimpse and kind of, oh, what's the word? Fucking edge you just a bit, like, oh fuck, I want so much more, but I'm not getting it, and I like that for some reason. It's cinematic edging. I think that's the accepted terminology. Oh, you still have to solder, Nedwraith? I thought there was a fully software implementation. I haven't done any research into this, so don't listen to me right off the bat. But I think from what I've heard, it can be done via USB now. And I don't think, unless you're trying to do it to where it's like constantly RGH'd. And you don't have to apply it every time you start up. Oh, dude, Guardian Beardweiser. Having a hack 360 really fucking brought me back to that era. There's some solid bangers in that library. Me and my buddy Jimmy were over here playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Some good fucking times, dude. I love a good, I don't know what kind of, like, it's like a Diablo clone, but with superheroes. That's just a solid winner for me. I got dead. Yo, always check your six. Honestly, it's good advice. You know what, guys? This is a short one. It's only 2 hours, but I kind of, I got some stuff to do today. I'm working on a fucking massive project that I think people are really going to like. I hope so, at least. But thank you, everybody, for coming down. Thank you for anybody who joined up as a member or super chatted or liked the stream or commented or hung out and had a fucking enjoyable time. And thank you to everybody who talked to me about music, because I fucking love talking about music. Other than that, everybody, please don't drive drunk. Make wise choices. And once again, let's stay on the fucking weight loss arc, gentlemen. I've gotten down to 218. Let's fucking drop it lower. We're losing weight, boys. Everybody have a good one. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you later.